Hi Glover kids! Hi Collycott kids! Hi Cunningham kids! Hi Tucker kids! Today we are drawing Totoro from My Neighbor Totoro. You will need a piece of paper and either a marker or a pencil and maybe some things to color with if you want to color him in after you draw him. So we're going to get started right away. Every time I draw a line or a shape on my paper, you draw the same thing on your paper. So just follow along with me. So we're going to draw Totoro's eyes first, and his eyes are pretty far apart, and they are two circles. So let's do two circles. He's looking downward, so let's do his pupils looking downward. And I'm just going to fill in his pupils with my Sharpie, because my Sharpie's black and his pupils are black, so I'm just going to fill it in. His nose is right between his eyes, and it looks like a flat triangle, if that makes sense. He's got a little bit of fur just above his nose, just a few scratchy lines there. And in this picture, he has a little frown on his face. Okay, we're going to come up here and we're going to start with the side of his head right here on this side of his left eye. So it's just a curvy line that comes up like that. And he has bunny ears with a little bit of fur at the bottom, so do some sort of little jagged lines for some fur, and then do a bunny ear, and then some more fur. We see a little bit of the top of his head, and then he has a little hat there that's a leaf. So let's draw that little leaf. So we're going to come up and do a triangle, small triangle, and then we're going to draw the floppy part of the leaf, and another little bump for the floppy part of the leaf. We're going to come back up here at the top of that little triangle, and we're going to do a curvy line that connects the leaf. So now we have that whole leaf shape. We can do the little stem on the leaf. Let's do his other ear. We're going to see a little bit more of the top of his head, some fur, bunny ear, a little more fur, and then we see the other side of his head. Let's do his whiskers. He's got 3 long whiskers there. Oops. I think my Sharpie is running out of ink here. Let's do the whiskers on this side. Okay, let's extend this side of his face a little bit more, so it comes just a little bit past his whiskers. And we're going to do his arm. His arm is a curvy line that comes pretty far down. Now we can do the side of his body. It starts about halfway down his arm, right about here. Curvy line that comes down, gets a little bit wider, and then around. Let's do his foot. Comes out like that, a little bump. It looks like he has 2 sharp toes or claws. I'm not sure what they are. Let's come up here again. And we're going to extend this side of his face a little bit past his whiskers. And we're going to draw his arm coming out. Because he's going to hold that umbrella. Leave a space right here. This is where we're going to draw the bottom of the umbrella and a couple of his fingers. So leave a space. And I'm going to come back towards his body there. So let's draw this side of his tummy, and we're also going to leave a space down here for his little friend. So I'm going to draw the line and then leave a space. I'm going to come back down here and do his other foot. Do some sharp claws or toes. And then I'm going to draw the bottom of his belly, and I'm still going to make sure I leave a space right here for his little friend. Because his little friend is actually standing a little bit in front of him. He overlaps Totoro. And I can't remember the names of these two characters. I can't remember. If you can remember, maybe you can tell me. Remind me. So before we do the umbrella over here, let's come back and do his big tummy. His tummy is a great big circle. So it's so big that it comes all the way up to just below his mouth. That's how high his tummy goes. And it goes almost all the way to the sides of his body. And then this little short line here, that's the bottom of his tummy. So when you draw your circle, start like right underneath the mouth, go all the way to his side, and then all the way down to that little line, and then almost all the way to this side of his body, and then back up. All right, here we go. I'm going to start up here. So I sort of drew my circle in different parts. I didn't do like one circle all at once. I sort of did part of it here, then came down here, and then like I pieced together my circle. Let's do those little markings that he has on his tummy. They look like rounded triangles, or I like to call them little boomerang shapes. And then 4 smaller ones. Okay. Let's come back up here and do the umbrella and his fingers. So I'm going to do 1 finger here. And then I can do the umbrella handle, which looks like the letter J, like a bubble letter J. And then here comes the rest of the umbrella. He's keeping his friends protected from those little dust bunny thingies. I can't remember what those are called too. I haven't seen the movie in a while. Maybe you guys can remember what those little dust bunny... I don't know, in the movie it seemed like they were made out of like fireplace soot or something. I can't remember. But they were really like mysterious, I remember. Alright, there's my umbrella. Now let's see if we can do his little friends down here. So friend number 1, that's the top of his head. And his body is going to overlap right here. That's why we left that space. So it gets kind of wide and then comes down. He's got bunny ears too. It's basically a smaller version of Totoro, right? He has almost all the same features. 2 round eyes. He's looking up at Totoro. He's got a little mouth. Has little arms. He's got little feet. And he has a round belly. And those little boomerang shapes. And the littlest guy here, pointy ears. He gets wider at the bottom. Round eyes. And he's looking up that way in this picture, but you can make him look whichever way you want. I think he's looking at the little dust bunny guys there. Let's draw some of those little dust bunny guys. So they're just little circles, and they've got sort of little furry edges, like little spiky edges, and they have two eyes. They're so small, they're actually hard to draw. So the tip of my Sharpie is really thick, so I can't do very much detail on them. But if you're using a pencil, maybe you can do it better than me. There's one right here. One right here. There's two down here. And one more. And I'll write down here Totoro. And of course you can color in your Totoro. And that is our drawing for today. I hope you had fun with drawing your Totoro and his two friends there. And I will see you in the next video.